Francisco
Oh, you'll be
49ers.
fine. Those Broncos are brutal.
With that, let's get you out to Silicon Valley, Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. As we
You're 1-1 against them.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
In the big dance. Oh, I broadcasted this one too. New quarterback's first game. He's gonna get all the snaps. Probably pull a Kyler Murray in Dave's first season and go out for 8 weeks.
A moment ago.
Too soon.
Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the San Francisco.
Oh, kind of nervous. I want to have a good outing.
Hi again, everyone.
Got too many picks I want to develop. I hate when you can't decide who you want to focus on.
And I don't think from what we saw down
like
the
in the
field
3
before the game, there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They passed the eye test.
The Giants are
this team
terrible.
Looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Rams,
oh, you scouring their roster.
Early season tilt should be ready to
Their
roll.
highest players like an 84.
I feel like
that was one of the players' Brooks game.
Teams eyeing a really good start to get things
Is it Melvin
going.
Gordon?
No, it's probably what's his face, wide receiver. Come on. Come on.
Keenan Allen?
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 now.
Oh, he's
from
on
the
there?
30. From the gun, Sewell.
On his first pass to Harry.
Harry.
He does.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Texas.
It all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace.
You got a backup in?
Right there to move the sticks.
Oh, he just airmailed Breida. Oh.
All right, boys.
Oh, boy.
We're going to live to fight another day here in Minnesota. Have a good
No
night.
deal. Later, Davey.
No deal.
Big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive.
Yeah, really
they
need
know what the
defensive
man
tackle,
next
but
to
there
them is
isn't
going to
really
do
a lot
at
of
all
powerhouse.
times, and they
No,
operate as a terrific unit.
The Packers there. What, Kenny Clark?
Yeah.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Sewell. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen
And a
Ramsey.
third pass, we got it picked by
Returns it into
Jalen
enemy
Ramsey.
territory down
damn
to
it.
the 45-yard line.
Keep throwing
First
him.
week of the preseason, probably not the pass, the impression that the rookie wants to leave right there.
Yeah, no probably about
God,
it because that's
I
not
am
what you
really
want
dejected.
to do
Why
to
did
try
I
and
throw
impress your
that
new
ball?
coaching staff, try to impress your locker room, and most importantly, yourself. Probably spent all night last night saying, don't throw an
I should have been
interception
playing.
early.
I'm shutting it
Make
off.
sure you
We're
take care of the
gonna restart.
football. But now he's got out of the he can just settle in and move on.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for L.A. Now Goff on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too
Not gonna
tough
break
to
it
hold
terrible.
on to that one. It's second
Mine
down.
until I
You
think
get a tight
Friday.
end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
You're not
I
going on
haven't felt
Saturday.
incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. O'Shane Zimenez in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do
I
in
agree.
today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
A 55-yard attempt, normally you'd say well within his range. A little surprised he came up short.
And he knew it immediately, didn't he? They are so calibrated, aren't they? They can tell the touch, the feel. When they put the foot to the ball, whether it's going to be good or not, he knew immediately he didn't have that one.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him.
Oh, yeah.
I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best. He keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick
it's going to be a great time. Good ride down.
I see I'm going to go with right down the left.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
That's the guy.
We all love to have a home run here. Back and taking the distance. And a short yardage, trying to pick up first down.
We were taking pictures if she was downstairs in the basement when they should have looked up at us. Like,
back to throw. Soon. He's got a first down inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls. We just saw that.
The rookie is settling down and just finding his balls.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Their watch has low word.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Get in there.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They come out here in the eye, facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
So you played hockey with the sack.
And they're going to get to him, a sack. Right? Sack back at the 9-yard line. Credit that sack to
SVSU.
Jr.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time.
Yeah. Fun guy.
Laugh and sometimes call it just straight ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Kept the spirits
really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway. But when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes
yes, get in there.
Touchdown, San Francisco.
Who'd you have? It was Carp Sacco? You bring your brother-in-law? Okay, that's what I thought it was.
That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
I like when I can get a new track, and I hope I can sneak in 18 this weekend, just kind of get prepared for this.
Back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Extra point up and through, and it's now a 7-0 game. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
The lids are getting heavy already.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The first down run with Gurley, good for only about 3. It's second down now. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Delayed give, Goff to Gurley.
Oh, Todd Gurley.
Todd Gurley, wave goodbye. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, L.A. Todd Gurley, 72 yards.
Okay, more snaps. More snaps for the rook.
On the board here in
Let's get those 500 by week 3.
Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And that last drive, a long drive.
Just trash. I saw Nick Mullins brought him into the QB room.
Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting.
Just something to keep behind the guy in case he goes out.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
Get up, Breida.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him.
I usually just mass sub one formation, and then just I'll call that formation the rest of the time.
You're exactly right. It's a tough
Hopefully there's like 15 plays in it.
Looking to throw.
That's the one thing that I like about
he's got a man wide open, complete.
Swap.
Yeah.
17 on that one, and the
It's a lot
Niners have
quicker.
a first down. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 36. Back to throw. Sewell nowhere to escape, and he goes
Trey
down.
Flowers.
Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him.
And plays like that really
I pulled my offer.
They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide.
It's a solid fucking with the new quarterback.
But when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A new task.
Looking to throw. Sewell.
New project for. I wish I got cold feet.
And a throw there going to be
Yeah, it's I mean you don't know it's it's a big roll of the dice.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Because Baker's got that that Watson like
going anywhere.
Lamar Jackson speed thing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you get that. You don't ever leave it.
Yeah, I won't be able to play. I won't be able to play. Honestly.
On 4th down, Sewell. He's going to have his running back. It's complete.
OBJ out
and he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the
Who's the new receiving core?
Give him credit.
Yeah, no, Landry's been gone.
On 4th, they executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Antonio Callaway
Back
is
to throw.
senior
Sewell,
number here.
and he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no
Trouble.
options, he throws it away. And this is a guy straight out of college. They're not going to try to groom for a year or two. They want him to produce right away.
That's why they took him in the first round. They expect him to be a starter right away and a future all-pro. So they don't have any time to wait for him to come along. They want him to play right now to help this team.
They added a lot of talent to a roster that really needed an infusion of youth. They got a very good infusion of youth.
And they didn't really reach to get anyone as well. They stuck to their draft philosophy, got the best players they could at the time they were drafting, and inserted them into their lineup.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10.
See you boys later.
Looking to throw.
All right, later, Los. Oh, second pick. Unbelievable. Yep. Later, gents. I'm bouncing too.
Around the 26-yard line. That pick hurts a little extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear? all night, all next week, situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 7-7, our score after 1.
Here we go. 180. 56. Come on, the ball.
On first down, Bagley. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll... Make it 3rd and 13.
Out
of the gun, Goff. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Throwing again. Sewell completes it to Davis. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
This one caught by Davis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Back to throw. Sewell looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10. A big play there for the Niners. 49 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. Looking to throw. Sewell. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning.
And he coughed it up. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
If this is the regular season, Parker, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Steps away to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
His pass caught at the 4. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far, they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
Who's that? 57. Mike. 50. Yo, go, go. 57's the Mike. Watch. Hey, Alpha. I got one. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. 5.
Back to throw. Sewell. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. You can count his carries on one finger. They've only given him the rock one time, Charles. What gives?
So we can't draw any conclusions just yet. He has to touch the ball multiple times in order to get into a rhythm and have a chance to have success. You know who else gets into a rhythm? The offensive line. They feel better about what they're doing when they know they've had multiple opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, well, the conclusion we can draw so far, they're losing here in the second quarter. Let's see if they change tunes.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a defensive football.
And he's going to go down again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
19 yards there on the catch and run. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Looking to throw. Sewell. He'll take a shot for Davis to the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Sewell. It's caught by Davis. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Here we go.
And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again. Sewell. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Man over the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 13-yard line.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
2nd and 2. He gets this one to Johnson.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive.
Protein spill.
Operating from the gun. Sewell. They will find Davis. That's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Smooth.
Here we go. 50. Mike 50.
Ready.
On 4th down. Sewell. Yeah, he's got it. Able to convert on 4th to bring up 1st and goal. That's a big 3 yards right there.
Come on, set. 50. Play. Hey, orbit.
Mike 96. Mike 96.
5.
From the gun. Sewell. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for number 89. Incomplete. It's now 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
I got it. Mike.
2nd and 1. Being chased out left. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. So we have reached, boy, a rough crowd. No football for 6 months already. We're skipping halftime. All right, let's get right back to the action. We're set for quarter 3. Probably not likely to see many starters in the second half as we get back at it underway in this preseason opener. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Off play action. Here's Goff. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Gone. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the 1st down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will take over at the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Sewell. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally.
When you run a screen pass really well, you gotta like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Sewell. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 13 yards there and a Niner first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in his performance.
Back to throw. Sewell to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Get that ball. Hey, Delta.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now it's gone. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, he caught it right at the line of scrimmage, and before he could even think about advancing it forward, he got hit.
Great tackling, because that's what you're taught. Don't give up yards after the catch, and most offenses make a living off of yards after catch. Those hidden yards that may not go into the score sheet.
And the Niners get there and bring him down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And maybe getting a little too cute there on the punt return. Sometimes they forget paramount holding on to that football.
I really do believe most of the return guys think to themselves, when I get the ball, I'm going to make the play that's going to change the game.
I'm going to break it.
I'm going to break it. And you love that they have that attitude, but your point is so well taken. What do you have to do? First and foremost,
hold on to it.
Take care of the football. That's all he needed to do.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sewell dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
13 yards there and a Niner first. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. Second and 5. Now this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Here we go. 91.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Go.
To throw on second down. Sewell. Going right side here, and that's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 30.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up second and 10.
Yeah, let's get second.
To throw again. Sewell. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him offensively. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. From the gun on third down. Sewell nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on fourth down? They'll go for it. He'll get this one complete to Davis. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Looking to throw. Sewell nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on first and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Second and 13. That is caught inside the 5. They'll give them a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a third and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Operating from the gun, Sewell, and across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Niners are able to stretch their lead. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it second down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Nothing flashy there, the slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys, because it's a quick play, and you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch, and then he's able to absorb.
Under pressure, and he'll go down, back at the 26-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football.
No coach or team's ever happy when someone has a turnover, but if there's ever a good time to do it,
preseason.
Yeah, right now. You know that come regular season, he's going to be ready to go, and maybe he'll remember, yeah, I don't want to do this when it comes time for the games to count.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Sewell. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
And he's got this down to the 35. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. And now he's closing in on 450 yards passing.
That's an incredible number. I mean, you're talking about the best defenders in the world that you're trying to throw the ball against, and you're creating that type of a number. Fantastic job, fantastic performance, and he's going to have to ice up his arm afterwards, too.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Ready?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
5-7.
Back to throw. Sewell to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
This close to the goal line, you got to be very careful with the offense calls rub routes. When I call a pick, trying to screen you off from your coverage, does a nice job of avoiding that and helping force an incompletion.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er defense now heading back out there. They have played a really good game. They're just looking for one final stop here and celebrate this victory.
And if you're on offense, you don't want them to have that satisfaction. You know that you're not going to win the game, but you don't want them to roll in those big grins on their faces. So you want to come up with something right here, some type of a big play to dent that good mood.
And they'll be trying to not let that dent happen and go home happy. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Goff. Connects here with the tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now Goff. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. Goff now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. Goff now looking to throw. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete.